Welcome back to our Jyc Radio station, where we bring to you the Word of God in a fun and interactive way. Today, we have a special treat for you as we delve into the book of Acts, chapter 21 to chapter 26. Get ready for a thrilling radio drama as we follow the story of Paul's arrest in Jerusalem. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the Word of God.
After a successful missionary journey, Paul returned to Jerusalem, where he was greeted warmly by the believers. However, his presence in the city quickly caused controversy, and he was accused of speaking against the law of Moses and defiling the temple.
So Paul is in trouble again. Let's see what happens next.
The Jewish leaders incited a mob against Paul, and he was dragged out of the temple, beaten, and almost killed. However, the Roman authorities intervened and arrested Paul to prevent him from being killed by the angry mob.
That sounds like a very dangerous situation. Let's hear more about what happens.
As the Roman soldiers were taking Paul away, he requested permission to speak to the crowd, and Paul was granted permission to speak to the commander in Greek, and he told him about his Roman citizenship.
I am a Jew from Tarsus in Cilicia, a citizen of no ordinary city, and I implore you, permit me to speak to the people. Brothers and fathers, hear my defense before you now.
And when they heard that Paul spoke to them in Hebrew, they kept their silent. Paul stood before the people and began to tell his story, starting with his Jewish upbringing and his persecution of the church.
I'm indeed a Jew born in Tarsus of Cilicia, but brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, taught according to the strictness of our father's law, and was zealous toward God as you all are today. I persecuted this way to the death, binding and delivering into prisons both men and women, and also the high priest bears me witness, and all the council of the elders, from whom I also received letters to the brethren, and went to Damascus to bring them in chains, and even those who were there in Jerusalem to be punished.
It's amazing how God can turn someone's life around, isn't it?
Yes, and Paul's story is a testament to the power of God's grace and mercy. However, the people were not ready to accept his message and became angry.
Uh-oh, it seems like the situation is getting out of hand.
The commander ordered Paul to be taken back to the barracks and to be examined by flogging to find out why the people were so angry.
This is getting intense. Is Paul okay?
Despite the beatings and interrogation, Paul remained steadfast in his faith and continued to share the gospel with those around him.
Men and brothers, I have lived in all good conscience before God until this day.
It's inspiring to see how Paul's faith was unshaken even in the midst of his sufferings.
That's right, and God was using Paul's testimony to reach those around him, even the Roman authorities.
So, what happens next?
The commander realized that Paul was a Roman citizen, which meant he was entitled to a fair trial.
That's good news for Paul.
Yes, and the commander ordered him to be released from his chains and to appear before the Sanhedrin.
Wow, what a powerful story of faith and courage. It's amazing to see how God can use even the most difficult situation for his glory. Thank you for joining us today at our Jyc radio station as we explored the book of Acts and the story of Paul's defense before Jews, Felix, Festus, and King Agrippa. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories from the Bible right here in our station. This is DJ. See you next time.